be rolling and shaping the biscuit dough that we made earlier. The mixture or the dough is in the fridge so that the butter is nice and solid, so that when it cooks it doesn't just splodge out.
Going to turn into a... Oh, this looks yummy.
Does that look yummy? Which one are you going to bring out? So we made 2 discs of the cookie dough mixture in the fridge, and we only bring one out at a time. Okay, so Charlotte has the cookie dough there. Is it nice and hard? Or feels nice and set, doesn't it? So what we're going to do is sprinkle our work surface with some flour. We've got our rolling pins, a little one for Charlotte, a big one for me, and then we've got an assortment of cookie cutters as well.
Big one for me and a little one for you.
Well, hold on, we've got to flour the work surface, otherwise it's just going to stick to our bench. It's best if you use a smooth surface, either like a silicone mat, a smooth worktop like this, or even a chopping board if you like. And we sprinkle our flour. The higher up you sprinkle it, the more of an even spread you will get. Would you like to tear off a chunk of that, Charlotte?
Why? I'm just doing doggy biscuit.
Yeah, I'd like to do some as well.
Doggy
So
biscuit.
depending on how many people you have working on your cookie dough, just tear it apart. Wow, that looks really good.
Hey, can I have a baguette, please?
I'm going to just try a little sample.
Try it.
Try not to eat too much of it, otherwise you won't have enough of your biscuits. Oh, we need to preheat our oven.
And wash your hands.
And wash your hands, yep. So 180 degrees Celsius for non-fan and 170 for a fan oven. These will only take about 7 to 9 minutes to cook in the oven. And what Charlotte's doing is her duck feet rolling. So to do really effective rolling, hit your hands, and on the rolling pin you start on your fingertips at the closest edge to you. And then as you roll away, if it's really big, you can go all the way to your elbows and then bring it back like that. But hopefully our biscuit dough isn't going to be that big. So we're just rolling like that. So our fingers go up in the air a little bit so they don't get squashed under the rolling pin.
Mummy, can you do it with the big one?
This is a common issue with little hands and people rolling. Is that one end will stay fat and the other end will stay thin. So if you want to, keep moving it around, because as you get away from yourself you're pushing down further. So try to keep a nice and even pressure. And we'll just do little backwards and forwards, like
Moving.
Yep. And then once you, that's good, wow. That's a really good action there. And then, because it's getting nice and long, shall we spin it around?
Yeah.
There we go. And whenever you spin it around, get a little bit more flour underneath it so it doesn't stick. Now we want this about the thickness of a £1 coin. Don't really have a pound coin here to show. If it does stick to the bench,
£1 coins.
a little scraper, or a spatula or something underneath there will be good to get that up. Because we're doing this on quite a warm day, yes, it does happen over here sometimes, we are going to have a little bit of an issue with the butter melting very quickly. So we've got to work as quick as we can with rolling out the butter. So spin that around. Yours is shaped like Australia.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I have an Australian dough thing, wherever it is. I can't spin it around.
Okay, I'll pick it up in a second. I'm just going to show these guys how thin we need it. So that's probably as thin as we need it. Would you like to use mine? And then you can get cutting out straight away.
Okay.
Shall I swap?
I got Australia.
You do have Australia. I'm going to scoop up New South Wales, South Australia, and last but not least, probably most importantly, Western Australia. Should we sprinkle a little bit more flour onto your board? If you sprinkle too much flour, you're going to dry out your cooking mixture. Now, what shapes were we going to be using today? Should we cut out our birthday shapes that we need first?
No, doggy biscuits.
Okay, you do the doggy biscuits, I'll do our cutters. Top tip with your cutters, if you're going to be doing some intricate designs, get a little tin. This is a special ice cream lid. And pop your cookie cutter, just dab it into the flour, and that will help to stop it sticking.
Mummy, I did one.
You've done one? The bigger your shapes are, the longer they will take to cook. So when you put them on your baking tray, put all of the little ones onto the one tray and the bigger ones onto another tray, and cook them separately so you don't burn one and undercook the others. Now I find the metal cutters much easier to use. They give a much cleaner kind of cut to them. But just make sure you don't get fingers underneath them.
Because
some of them can be quite sharp.
Yeah. Mummy, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So try to use up as much of the surface as you can of your cookie dough before you have to roll it back out again. Now I have a baking tray and I have my baking paper. You can use silicone mats, baking paper, parchment.
Parchment? What parchment?
Parchment is just like a fancy paper that doesn't burn or stick to things in the oven. But I have reusable baking trays or baking mats that are really handy. They do add to your washing up, but everything does, doesn't it? Helps to save the planet. So we're really gently picking these up. So we're going to be making a seaside board for a friend of ours for his birthday. Yeah, for Toby's birthday. Okay. And make sure you space these out. So what I'm doing with my dough, I'm peeling away
That's what I'm doing.
the dough itself and leaving the cookie shape behind. I can't believe that our butter is already melting. I think we picked the warmest days so far this week to be doing something that is temperature sensitive, I think is the word. Okay. So make sure you spread them out on the baking tray quite nicely. Once your time is up in the oven, bring them out on the baking tray, let them cool down a little bit, and then put them onto a cooling rack, and then you can get your next batch done. But you don't want to put a fresh batch of uncooked dough onto a really hot board, otherwise it's going to melt that butter first. Okay, is everyone standing clear of the oven? A whiskey wonky one? No, not just yet. There we go. One in. Two in. There we go. And don't forget to set your timer as well because they cook so quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're about the size of the palm of my hand, so I think they're only going to need about 6 minutes in there. Okay, well we're going to get rolling some more shapes. I forgot to put my dolphin in. Goodness me. So this will get really warm really quick. If you want to put it back in the cling film into the fridge to cool down, feel free, get your next batch out and start over again. Yep. Hit pause and then I will show you what the biscuits look like when they come out of the oven. But just remember, keep the mixture cool. The less rolling around of it you do, the better. Pop them in the oven as quickly as you can. They don't take very long at all. Oh, that looks very intricate. You're making a plait. Twist. Yeah, they don't take very long in the oven at all. Keep an eye on them. Don't get distracted. Keep rolling. Have fun. If anyone would like to join us to make emoji biscuits, find the next video. Okay, so our first lot of mixture
Can we have some more mixture?
got very warm, so we've popped that back in the fridge. And we're getting our second batch out. Would you like to tear a bit off for yourself?
To eat.
To eat? No, we're not eating that much. Gosh. You do be careful because this has got raw egg in there. And we're not meant to eat it once we've got the raw egg in. So we'll get a little bit more flour on our work surface so it doesn't stick. Now one of the techniques that we were just looking at doing, a bit of a trick actually, is if you're doing lots of nice and small shapes, you can roll your dough straight out onto a bit of your baking paper, press your cutter into lots of bits of it, and just peel away the edge bit, leaving all of your nice little shapes there ready for you. Now these biscuits are great for covering in fondant or foreign icing sugar, royal icing, maybe some fondant icing. Okay, so this is our first batch of biscuits that have come out. So they've got a nice kind of golden edge on some of them. They will feel a little bit soft, but they will end up setting as they cool down. And you can see this side is the hotter side of my oven, and the back left is the cooler. So make sure you put the big ones in your hot spots. Biscuit is ready. Oh, that feels good. Do you want to take it over and show what it looks like?
No, I wanted to eat it.
Yeah. There we go. It's one of Charlotte's doggy biscuits. And what does it taste like?
Mmm.
Yum.
One for Nana and one for me as well.
Okay, so these have now cooled down enough to be able to touch the tray. So to get them off, just slide them off like that, and then push them off really gently. So hold them down to slide your tray out, and you've got your next baking tray ready. So again, these are cool enough to touch. Otherwise we'd be doing it with gloves on. Yeah, and then we just make sure they're not sticking. Slide them off. There we go. And we have our next lot of baking trays ready. But if you've lost some of the shape that you need, while it's still warm, line that up. Be very careful because that tray is still hot. And then push out. These bits are super tasty to eat. And that should then give you the shape that you needed with a nice tidy looking edge.